I'll spit this piece to keep me radical.
Cause otherwise I might forget.
Cause when you're chilling in New York for a little while, you get into that hanging out,
Doing you.
first world mindset. And so I spit. I'll spit to kick my ass back to the broken down shack in the slums outside of Quito, Ecuador. My cousin Marcelo died from doing crack.
I spit to slap me with the fact that every time I pay a tax, I help my government murder innocent people in Iraq. And there is nothing
Liberal or conservative about that. So take me back to West African villages where poverty pillages my boys like Al Mustafa, who I know are still living in utter desperation.
Cause these are the people and places that should shape my political view. Not Fox
Or CNN, the New York Post, or Daily News. Nah, I use reality to keep my politics in order.
If I feel a little moderate, I spit this trip down to the border.
Over 1,500 of our people have made their graves in the last 3 years. I keep it radical for each of them and all our families'
And if it
tears.
appears that to be radical is too intense for me to fit in,
Well, that is all the more reason for me to stand here spitting the piece that keeps me radical. Cause it's the same piece being demanded by the prisoners of Guantanamo.
it's the same peace Native Americans deserved when they fought alongside Geronimo.
This is the piece of skin torn from a mother's limb when Lebanon was bombed.
And a piece of porcelain that reminds her children of her, now that she is gone.
This is the piece of Muslim prayer
A
calls.
piece of Christian psalms.
It's the piece that keeps me sewn into the fabric of every
It's the
sweatshop.
last piece of bread before the family stole the whole
This
crop.
is a little piece of genius my boys keep hidden under
And
hoods.
this piece is to remind me,
It ain't easy to be good, and I should be proactive like families hustling in our hood.
Always keep it moving, cause doing nothing is not peace.
Forget slamming for a score. This is my only way to breathe. Cause art is more than my release when my commander-in-chief is a slanderous thief, and I'm standing neck deep in the blood of my peeps, and I can't keep my head above water much longer. I spit to the dead, and I said in their honor, forgive me and give me the peace to be stronger. And this is what they left. They left this breath in my lungs to be sung.
When people are being murdered,
And poets are silenced by the state
I spit this piece to conquer
in
hate.
streets and then in corporate.
I will yell it in my cell until they throw me in the hole.
And covered by their darkness, I behold this piece of light
I seen in children's eyes
that reminds me why we fight. And from right here, I'll spit the depths of it.
my tears cry beside the
And
desolate.
there ain't no amount of
And
hours
no governmental
that'll
powers
sicken me with mediocrity.
turn me to a coward.
Because radical means rebuilding.
All the peace that they devoured.
And just in case you didn't hear us, let us spit it louder. I want peace from the Bronx to Baghdad to Sierra Leone. Peace for every man, woman, and child without a home. I want peace in Bolivia, Mexico, and Ecuador. Peace built on policies to stop keeping my people poor. I want peace on my block between us and the police. I want peace between America and the entire Middle East. I want peace so bad, but I need to want it more. I need to want it more than these weapons companies want war. And if you look, you're gonna see that in my eyes.
They are bloodshot red.
Because real men are not afraid to cry. And I am not afraid to say that I believe peace is possible.
But that shit
It's radical, my people. And radical means to the
And
root.
if we have the courage to admit it,
The root of peace is me and you. Remember, life should not be easy for any.
while life is this hard for this many.
So if I ever lose my radical point of view, spit this piece to wake me up. And I promise I'll come back to you.